Hello everybody, my name is Zach, aka the Weather Gamer, bringing you week 4. It's right there, week 4. Week 4 of APA Indigo, your Chicago Charizards taking on Combat Mystic in his LA Chargers. Sick logo, by the way. You can see the teams down below. We are coming off of our 1-0 win versus Hacker. Hopefully we can pick up another win here and start ignoring this early season -10 0-2 start. Hopefully beating Hacker is our start to a decent run. But we got the team of Corviknight, Necro, Rabombi, Haxorus, Rhyperior, Morpeko. Sorry, it's been a long few days. Cramorant, Trevenant, Rapidash, and Dartlook. I have not blown this team up yet, but if I lose to combat, I will be making some major changes to this team. Combat here has sand, so after a week of playing rain, now I have to play sand. And ooh boy, this is really a test for me this time, because Excadrill, Togekiss, Ditto, Gigalith, Obstagoon, Celebi, Wishy-Washy, Flareon, Trapinch, and Dusknoir is a very, very solid sand team. Not the greatest sand team, but very solid. Biggest disadvantage right now to my opponent, though, is their speed tiers, with Celebi at 100 being the fastest thing. They're going to have to bring sand to outspeed things like Rabombi and that, which I'm actually not bringing. But I am bringing Rhyperior with a Rindo Berry, so I can live a hit from Celebi with the Solid Rock. Swords Dance, EQ, Poison Jab, Stone Edge, 212 Adamant Nature, 208 HP for the bulk, 88 speed, so I outspeed a creeping Dusknoir, essentially. This thing, if I can get a dance off, like if I can get in front of, I don't know what I need to get in front of, but if I can get a Swords Dance off of this thing, I was weakness policy Rock Polish at one point, but then I realized I couldn't outspeed Drill anyways. But if I get a Swords Dance off, I pretty much destroy his team. +2 Poison Jab kills the Celebi, and I live the Rindo hit. Obstagoon dies to Earthquake or Stone Edge. Excadrill dies to Earthquake. Kiss dies to Stone Edge. Flareon dies to Earthquake or Stone Edge. Ditto cloning me is going to die to Earthquake or Stone Edge and is not going to beat me down. Wishy-Washy dies to Earthquake. Gigalith dies to Earthquake. Dusknoir dies to Earthquake. That's why my attack stat is the way it is. At +2, I kill everything. At singles, I 2-shot everything. Trapinch, I don't really see coming, but Rhyperior is going to be a very, very nice breaker to chip a bunch of this down. If I could get damage off on that Celebi, it would be great, as well as weakening the Togekiss. So, up next, we have Corviknight here. It's Stall Breaker Corviknight. This thing is to stop Stall Dusknoir, basically, because my team struggles to handle the Dusknoir, in my opinion. So I wanted to bring Stall Corviknight. This thing also can help me slow down Excadrill and Gigalith in the sand. Flareon is a problem, but if Flareon doesn't come or I remove Flareon, then Corviknight can really do some damage. Pressure is nice because, again, I'm stalling. Roost, obviously the stall. Being a steel type, I can't be poisoned. It would just be burn damage potentially. I'm immune to Excadrill unless it's Mold Breaker. No, I am immune to Excadrill. Earthquaking, so really it has to hit me with a rock type move, which, as defensive as I am, not too big of a deal. Bulk up to start boosting my defense. I have Body Press as my fighting type move. It'll obliterate Obstagoon. Excadrill doesn't particularly want to take it. Gigalith doesn't want to take it, because that's based on your defense stat. So the more bulk ups I get, the harder Body Press does. And then Power Trip, again, as I bulk up, it's nice to be able to Power Trip something. Like +3 is all I need to really start overcoming things. Yes, I don't have a move to hit Togekiss super effective. That is a major problem. because Togekiss Nasty Plots and then Aura Spheres me. Should I run Heavy Slam over Power Trip? I'll run Heavy Slam over Power Trip because I can hit Dusk Noir with Heavy Slam. I can hit Dusk Noir with Heavy Slam. That way I can hit the Togekiss over Power Trip. Bulk Up is just great body press, basically. Speed stat wise, I am creeping that Flareon, so I'll know if it's Scarfed Flareon, which will allow me to play around a little bit. Max attack, a little bit of bulk. I know this should be a lot bulkier for Stall Breaker, but or stall or self-stalling, but I need to be this way. So obviously the Rocky Helmet is for Obstagoon trying to hit me, Excadrill taking damage from it. Dusk Noir, if it wants to hit me, can take the damage. So Corviknight, pseudo defensive, but have leftovers Knockoff Toxic, Earthquake, Stealth Rock, Necro. Stealth Rock is really, really nice to punish Flareon, Togekiss, and break any sashes that are on there. Like if it's Sash, Nasty Plot, Celebi, I can break that with the Stealth Rock. Toxic, I would love to Toxic that Dusk Noir because it's so bulky. If I could Toxic the Dusk Noir, put it on a timer, it's going to help me break it down. Wishy Washy is also very, very bulky. Gigalith is very, very bulky. So being able to Toxic any of those is great. Knockoff is nice to hurt the Celebi, take away Excadrill's item, take away Togekiss's item. Obviously, it's super effective hit to Dusk Noir, so if it's like Assault Vest Dusk Noir or something, knock that off. Get rid of Gigalith, Smooth Rock, or whatever it's holding. And then EQ, Drill doesn't appreciate it, Flareon doesn't appreciate it, Dusk Noir doesn't really want to take it after I've knocked it off and Toxiced it. Gigalith doesn't necessarily want to take the EQ a whole lot either, so I could run Special, but I want Knockoff. Speed, we're creeping, let's see, 79, so we're creeping, I'm creeping the Flareon again, is what I'm doing, which is why I'm adamant. I'm creeping the Flareon with that speed stat. And leftovers for recovery, because in Sand, Moonlight's not very good. So similar to Rapidash last week, I now have Cramorant with a Focus Sash. So as long as rocks aren't up on my side of the field, or I can bring Cramorant in, I might lead Cramorant depending on what I see him lead, because he has no electric type. So unless he leads Wishy Washy, I can lead Cramorant and just Sash Rain Dance to take away the sand and then start surfing. I'm faster than everything but Drill, unless it's Scarfed. I'm speed crept to the Togekiss, I believe. His team is very, very slow, as I said before. So, actually, Hurricane. No, I'm Air Slash because I don't want to, if I have sand, I don't want to miss the Hurricane, but Surf does a lot of damage to Drill, Flareon, and Gigalith. Trapinch doesn't want to take it. Ice Beam also does a lot of damage to Trapinch. Ice Beam hits Togekiss. Ice Beam hits Celebi. Air Slash also hits Celebi. If I trigger my Sash and I Surf, I pick up a Pikachu with Gulp Missile, and so if the Drill is in to hit me, then the Drill gets paralyzed because of the Pikachu hitting it, so I believe, anyways, which would be really nice to slow that down, but max speed stat, like I said, max attack, a little bit of bulk. I went for a more offensive build this week because for the most part his team is very bulky, with his speed stats being so low compared to mine. He can run a lot of bulk. So I went for a lot of offense to counter that. We are Choice Banded, Jolly Nature, Haxorus again, speed stat. We are creeping the Obstagoon. Max attack with the band. First impression, Earthquake, Outrage, and Rock Slide. Pretty much this thing does what Haxorus did last week. Comes in, clicks button, leaves. Comes in, clicks button, leaves. Potentially. First impression, Oko Celebi. It'll Oko the Obstagoon. Earthquake will beat down the Excadrill. Rock Slide will beat down Togekiss. Earthquake and Rock Slide beat down Flareon. Outrage takes the Ditto out of play, and the Ditto can't actually kill me back. Dusknoir, 2-shot by Outrage. Wishy-Washy, 2-shot by Outrage. Gigalith doesn't want to get multiple Earthquakes, so... Haxorus, similar to Rhyperior. Haxorus is basically fast Rhyperior. It just comes in and hits super, super hard. One or the other will clean up. So, one breaks, one cleans up. Then we have Trevenant here. This is stall Trevenant. This thing is designed to stall his team out. With Flareon and Togekiss being the only two Mons that really threaten this thing. Once those two go down, Trevenant can actually just stall this game out. Max attack, Adamant Nature, Horn Leech is going to do a hell of a lot to Drill and Gigalith and Wishy-Washy. Earthquake is to stop the Flareon coming in freely. If I can get behind a sub, that would be great. Like, as soon as I get behind a sub, I'm sitting pretty good, because then something takes a lot of damage. And Toxic is really, really nice to wear everything else down, including getting a Toxic off on the Dusknoir, because I'm very, very worried about Stall Noir, like sub-Toxic Noir. I do break a sub with Horn Leech, so if I can get a sub up myself, assuming I'm faster, and then Horn Leech to break the sub, I can Toxic before he can get behind his sub again, and then, unless it's like Rest, and if it's Rest, then I go Corviknight and I just start bulking up repeatedly. And then I Heavy Slam, so. But yeah, so that's going to be the team. Hopefully we pick up a win. If not, then we're in trouble, but we're not, like, dead, so. Not yet, anyways, but we'll see. So, thank you guys for watching. Check out the links in the description down below, and I'll see you tomorrow for the battle.